Boru versus who?
Boru's lobby.
Boru. Hey, they're playing something else.
In the middle of expert. Very fun.
There you go.
Your promise turned out true. I'm leaving and joining, trying to fix my zoom in game.
Both players on the second board, but Boru has a little bit of an advantage as far as progression into it. Uh, but sensor board means more places to guess. So that doesn't necessarily mean that you're actually ahead. But just a tiny bit, Boru takes that round.
Yeah, very close. Very close. So TheOreh lost the first round, picked expert, and straight back to it. They're ready right away. No
Expert
nerves.
once again.
Interesting, because I feel like looked pretty competitive on that game there.
See
Yeah,
if we
agreed.
see any 31s from Boru. Probably not, but
I'd be excited. Just smooth sailing from Boru, knowing that TheOreh had the early blast. But what happened with that appears to be a slightly easier board on board two. So Aura blasting getting the advantage and furthers that advantage because Boru blasted late and misses the board that Aura is currently on that looks decent.
the B word, Master's Curse. You say it, and I didn't even say the
And
word that time.
even saying B word is enough to curse them because a late blast from Aura sees us deep into the match with no wins on the board from two of our best players in the tournament. Boru, the Chord Cup GOAT. Both players blast again. They're tied. Boru's shook, taking forever to restart, composing
Yeah,
themselves. Probably the right thing to do. Maybe Ora's pick to stick to their guns, going straight back to expert even after a close loss. Appears to be paying off. But we're seeing classic Boru just going ham. Just doing what only Boru can do. Taking their time, slowing down from what they would normally do to solve the logic, because there's no point in just risking. But TheOreh with the lead. It's extremely close, though, a 2-second gap. And they're on the same exact board even after all those blasts. Reminder, expert is first to two, so whoever wins this wins the game. If Boru wins, they win the match.
but there's anything a little bit of time in the logic. Not quite the easiest start. Not for me, at least. They're just about tied up, working
But
on
this
similar parts of the
section on the
board.
right looks very good for Boru's play style. TheOreh is just about there, 2 clicks away. Yep, gets it done.
There we go.
Sends it to 2-1, similar to what we saw in Shaman's game. Now, Boru with the pick. What do you think they'll go with? Oh, right away. No time to guess. Straight back to int. House brain rot, Aura says. So we know that Boru won the first int to 6, taking that lead.
Or coming up, guns blazing. Maybe just a second or two ahead.
Oh, and the late blast 2 doubles down the advantage. Boru opening up the door a little bit, but still has the board lead.
This is one of those situations, though, where it kind of just has to, given the speed EB disadvantage, just have to give it his all if he wants to stay in the game. It does mean misclicking maybe just a tiny bit more than he normally otherwise would.
I agree. The other day, I saw some players talking. I can't remember who, but they were talking about the strategy in the later rounds. And it's if your opponent is slightly better than you, then you can play it a little safe because really you can just hope that they mess up. But if they're way better than you might have to push it. But everyone's got a different philosophy. You could flip that philosophy and be just as correct depending on how much risk you want to take. Either way works.
Speaking of that, while we were talking, Aura temporarily ahead. I think it's just about even now. Due to a bunch of various blasts. It's pretty much even down to the second now.
Yep, with two to go. Gadget correcting me. It was Gadget that I heard say it, and Gadget said exactly the opposite. So I'm a take fewer risks. Hope the other person messes up player, and Gadget wants to take it into their own hands and get it done. And that's why Gadget is up on stage and I'm on the mic. All right, with the win on int, sending it to our first game 5. Boru with the pick again. It's 1-1 on int, 1-1 on expert. What's your guess, Lucas?
I think Boru's gonna throw in wrench and make it beginner. That's my prediction.
That's what Baldy thinks in chat. How did Dart HQ beginner go, Worm? Getting updates. That's true. Or it does have the time zone advantage. They're from Russia. I don't know where in Russia. I don't know what their time zone is, but they are further east than Boru in Poland. So slightly earlier in the morning.
I'll be going back to or staying on intermediate after both players are ready. You never know, Shimon. Some people might just wake up really early. Maybe this is a fantastic time to play. You're far enough ahead of the day. But final round, intermediate.
This is a unique spot for Boru to be in, given that they have been in the finals of every Chord Cup that they have played in. They have finished top 2 every Chord Cup. They have been in every winner's final. They've lost every winner's final and won every loser's final. So will it be more of the same? Is Boru going to head to the winner's final through the top part of the bracket, or will they have to fight their way through further down in the loser's bracket? You got to play more matches if you go loser's bracket, just by the nature of the structure. But same board, 2-2, slightly to Boru. I think 5 games into this match, the nerves are settling.
Just in time. Pretty sure every single finish we've seen so far has been sub 20. Quite impressive.
18 there from TheOreh.
Even still, with the a little bit behind, might be relying on a blast from Boru in this board.
Yeah, agreed. No blast from Boru will result in a win. Easy section to go. Grabs the opening. Boru gets the win. Heads on to
14
play
seconds.
the winner of Dart HQ. If we're quick enough, we might be able to get over there and see them in action.